All right, we are back. Thank you for being here. For those of you that are here with us on this journey of trying to debunk these content creators, whether they're helping or hindering the Adriana Young's case. So today we're going to be discussing To In Angela. So let me start off with one of her latest posts to Amisha's mother. To Adriana's mother, who is called by the name of Amisha Simon, who is a grieving mother who has yet to get justice for her daughter. And if you're new to my channel, I am Sister Snap, aka Miss Snap, Snap, whatever you call me, Snap. Long as we snapping together, it's okay, whichever you want to say. So, thanks for joining me, and let's just take a deep dive in and let's get into it.
That. Go look at the people who's responsible for that. Carol.
This is her response to Amisha, who called her after she continuously attacked her family, her husband, just everybody involved. This is the woman behind all of the contemporaneousness now, who originally was for the young family and for Amisha, but because they defended themselves on the Mark Benchop show, she's now retaliating just like Hayley Comet. People that originally started off, wanting justice for Adriana have now done a gypsy switch and they are literally attacking the family.
Angela with a 2N, known internationally this way. Woke up, guys. Woke up with a message from Amicia Simon. Send me a private message. Why do she feel the need to send me a private message? Right? And I'm going to read the message that she sent to me. I want to know what gave her that notion to take her finger and let her mind put some words together and send it to me. Honey, I did not unalive your daughter. I did not do that. Go look at the people who's responsible for that. Carol, Sobrian, Stefan, and ask the 14-year-old why you at it. Don't come at me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, wow, you know that grief is or looks like? I thought you were the one standing with Carol. Nevertheless, all of you are looking for likes and views and the same whipping gun put in Carol and Stefan. You all the others are going to get that. Keep talking nonsense about us on a daily basis. God gonna whoop me. Listen, my love, you left out two names. You said Carol and Stefan, the 11-year-old child. You need to add that in, and you need to add Sabrina Young name in there too, because they know what happened.
Now, the 11-year-old child, see, she was just emotional. The 11-year-old child is Adriana Young. So this is why sometimes, as she stated in some of her posts before, it's better just to be quiet. She really meant to say the 14-year-old child. So I asked a question to you all. What would you have done if you're a grieving mother and you're constantly being trolled and baited and attacked by people from all walks of life and people that you know in the beginning were for justice for Adriana, but as time has progressed, they are now starting to attack you, a grieving mother, attack your husband, a grieving father. And everybody's going to have their opinions about things, but sometimes it's just better to leave sleeping dogs to lie as it pertains to inciting more insurrections and not egotistical, but judgment. Now let's walk back and let's look at why what we just heard, Amisha Simon calling this woman to in Angela and voicing to her opinion and her disappointment and her frustration with this woman. This was Angela previously. Well, this is what really got incited Amisha Simon. This is the day that Amisha Simon was having her child laid to rest. This woman made this post.
No, mommy, you gotta go. Just keep it clear.
Now, how distasteful is that? This is a woman that is a mother. She has pictures up of her and her daughter on her TikTok. How distasteful is Tua and Angela being? This is happening. This was when they were streaming this little girl, Adriana Young's funeral procession, her viewing. All of this was all done live. So this woman, while this mother was preparing to put her daughter on consecrated grounds, was doing a post like this, making it seem like it's something jovial, like it's entertainment, looking and asking the question, are the mother's tears real? I would implore anyone that has any type of compassion for humans to not do things like this. And then you wonder why the lady called you and left that message. And trust me, if it were me, the mother, that message would have been a lot worse than what Amisha Simon did. That is a woman that is really humble and quiet natured in her spirit. You can tell this has been a lot for her. And as vocal as she's gotten, I don't even think that's her full capacity because she is truly a humble person. This is what this woman was doing while posting while Amisha Simon and her family were laying that baby Adriana Young's remains to rest.
Shining sparkling and splendidly bright in one day.
I mean, just look at the facial expressions, people. Like it's so immature and it's so childish. But wait, let's go back to the beginning. Take a look at what she admits sent Amisha months ago.
This message is for Adriana's mom. I wanted to take the time to wish you a happy Mother's Day. You are an amazing mom, and you have displayed it in several different ways. Okay, and I want to acknowledge you today. I um, I'm way across the world, but I want to take the time today before I get up and do anything, although I'm still getting up and not really fully got out of bed yet. I wanted to take this moment to wish you a very happy Mother's Day. And this is coming from my heart genuinely. I know that you are going through a lot. I know that you have not been feeling yourself lately with the passing of your beautiful baby. But I wanted to take this very day to wish you a happy Mother's Day. I wanted you to take at least a little time. I usually call it me time, just to reflect on you as a person, your happiness, your place of joy. I want you not to be sorrowful today. I want you to at least get a little bit of peace and happiness. Do something great for yourself, even if it has to be just sitting in your own happy place and reflecting on the good times of your baby. Everything that every joy from the very beginning day of her conception and beyond before this incident. Just reflect on all the great things and the love and the emotion and everything that you learn about your beautiful baby girl Adriana. Just reflect just reflect, just find that happy moment today on Mother's Day, and I wish you so much and very well happy Mother's Day.
This is why, in the state that we're in now as a people, sadly, you just really can't trust people. I wish it wasn't that way, but this was a woman that we just saw just sent this woman a whole long Mother's Day well wishes. And now today, we're at the last video that we saw her attacking the mother, her questioning the mother's tears on the day that this woman is laying her child's remains to rest. Now check out this video that she stated. This is when the table started to turn, of showing her true self, people. So again, the question is, are these content creators really here to help or hinder? Are some of them now following this whole regimen of this, which I don't get into these politics because it's not that has nothing to do with me here on U.S. soils. But I'm seeing the division between the PPC party and other parties, and we're going to play a video that is now going to raise the question of, have you to in Angela received some type of payoff? Because we're watching how your tides are turning over time and where you are right now, which is going to be the clip that we'll probably end on. But let's take a look at one of the things when I started to question about, Are you sincere as a mother? You want this? And this is what she says.
Part of the world we are viewing this, her spirit is with us. We know that. Please, I'm begging you guys, Guyanese, let her rest. Let her rest. I can't even contain myself how, you know, I feel, but let her lay to rest. That's what her parents want, regardless of what you guys heard, what you guys say. They receive monies, the hush, whatever the case might be. Just please, I'm begging you guys, let her rest. It is the mom and dad's decision, and I think we need to respect it. Um, no matter what the outcome is, always remember that's the parent has the last say so, and just respect their wishes. Respect their wishes is the most humane, decent thing to do as a community, as a people, as a nation, as Guyanese. Okay, for the love of these parents and everything that they're going through, please let them be. This is the last moment they're gonna have to even see her again, and maybe they want to close this chapter and move forward. Everybody have different ways in healing, especially the love and loss somebody so dear.
Y'all heard that, right? So are we crazy or is she the one that clearly has split personalities? You said about you basically tried to allude to you're on the side of the family of the parents because you're basically questioning and telling people that are accusing the family of taking payoffs and receiving money. But we saw the original video, we saw the first few videos that I played. You are now accusing the family of taking money, except like how did we get here? I'll tell you how we got here. It's because the family went on Mark's Ben Shop podcast, the two in Angela, who she's claiming to be somebody who was very pivotal in helping to keep things going when those police officers at the double day of the day of that baby's abduction tried to send those people home so that they can dispose of that baby's remains as they have done allegedly have done so many times before in the past. So now you went from all aboard with this family. They're grieving. Let them da 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 da. Which going back to laying the baby's remains to rest. Anybody that has not got justice for their child, she stated herself, she's lost two brothers. I don't know what the details of the intricacies of that case is, but I do know that the spat between her and Hayley Comet on the Realest Teens live that day really triggered her when Hayley Comet said, "You took payoff for a house, you didn't care about your brothers." Something to that matter. I'm paraphrasing. And again, I am by means no Hayley Comet fan. I'm just stating to you all again the facts and the truth of what's transpiring and why we have to question everything. How would you want to, why would you to in Angela want this family, this mother and this father to bury their daughter before they got justice? Even if they're on Guyana soils and the whole that whole regimen over there is different from here on the states, I too would have not put my baby in the ground because they already burnt down the evidence. And when I say I mean they. I'm not talking about the scrape heads because they did not burn down that hotel. We saw Leroy Smith, that lady in the black, and that other dude with the red furry duck. I call it a chicken mask with the cutlass in his hand. We saw them. They were up there in that room trying to clean up and do whatever they were doing. So they were the ones that allegedly burned the hotel down, but we saw what we saw. So we know what we know. But until it's proven in a court of law, we need to say allegedly. And this is the things that I'm so disappointed and disturbed by Hayley Comet, who's supposed to be a professional true crime content creator who steadily spews out misinformation and does not give the facts. So these people weren't out. Would you have buried your? Well, I can't say that, but I would not have put my child's remains in the grounds until I got evidence. I had a secondary. That's the whole point of you having those rights to get a second opinion. But you wanted these people to put the baby's remains in the ground. But aside from that, you were on these people's side. Now, their family went on to the Mark Benshop podcast, and you can go and look that podcast episode up yourself. Mark Ben's Chop, and they were upset because by that point they had found out that Tua and Angela created a GoFundMe with the request of raising $50,000 USD. So that's been a whole commotion that, you all can go on TikTok and you can look up Tua and Angela. She's probably taken it down by now. You can do your research with, other people, and you can dive down that hole. I'm not here to go through all of that intricately. I'm just here to show the many faces of this Tua and Angela person and pose the question to you that are listening. Are these content creators really about justice for Adriana, or are they what I call out here tricking for likes or for the backs of other people's pain? So let's look at Angela's response. And this is when she goes off the freaking rails. This is what activated that other personality, per my belief, to come up and start showing her true self. Let's take a listen.
Whole Facebook Live last night, right? And um, Miss Amika, so you telling me Jennifer Ali make that statement about your daughter a very long time ago, and you're now going to the police to make a report, and then you got there and you see Leroy, and you turn around and you never proceed on to get the report done. Tells a lot about you as a mother. And Miss Angie, you got a lot to say. You guys are very corrupt. Your whole generation is very corrupt, and I see why people are talking. You guys just prove how irresponsible you guys are. The only sensible person is Sir Brian. He know when to close his mouth. Maybe you guys need to take pointers from him. And this Roxana lady, you know better. Okay? Miss Angie, I got so much to say about you. Calling me a bitch, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And a black one to besides that, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. It shows how irresponsible and uneducated you are. And as far as Miss Amika, let's get back to you. As far as you talking about me suing me, you are very money hungry. You're trying to sue everybody, but the one person you're not trying to sue is the owner of the Double Deer, which you should be suing, not me. Okay? Because you were coming for a nice surprise if you sue me. And on top of that, calling your daughter name, you should be lucky that myself and many others coming on this platform day in and day out trying to keep your daughter name out there and fighting for justice from near and far. Shame on you. That's the thanks you give us? Wow. I am very shocked. Well, keep this up and see where this whole case gonna go. All of y'all gonna be in jail for murder, your own child. So y'all, to top it off, this is my closing. This is my closing statement. Y'all ATM is empty. So now y'all trying to come up. You're trying to make another come up. But honey, go ahead and lay your child to rest, okay? And you can forget the ATM, because the ATM ching ain't got no more change. All right. So if you stand long enough over that hot grease, okay, that hot steamy grease, okay, and keep your mouth closed for like 5 seconds, your brain can process how to proceed in an orderly fashion to get justice for your child. All this yakking and opening your mouth and yakking is not helping. What it's doing is breaking, because people are watching you guys. They're watching y'all behaviors. They're watching what y'all say, right? And they're connecting the dots. It's like a puzzle, and they're connecting the dots on the puzzle. And y'all look very guilty. Y'all look like y'all know exactly all of y'all what happened to this child.
We're watching the progression together, right, people? Definitely leave a comment and let me know so far what you're thinking, because this is why I'm moved to have this conversation on the Snap Ministry podcast, because these are the things that we need to talk about when we talk about true justice for Adriana Younge. Because this woman here, this woman that we just saw, is not about justice for anybody. And in fact, she has stated on multiple posts that she's made, she is trying to go viral. She's saying all of this attention is going to make her famous. That is her intentions. It was never to get justice for Adriana. Like so many others, sadly, people are just jumping on this wagon of a family's grief, of a family's tragedy, to gain more followers, to get more likes, to trick for dollars. This is where we are as a people. So we're seeing the progression. The progression started when Amisha went on to that Mark Bench chop, and she was stating about the GoFundMe. Like, hey, I don't know who this N2N Angela person is. If she's raising money for my family, my child, we need to see that money. And if we don't, I'm going to sue her. Anybody of sound mind would do the same thing or say the same thing. Like, yo, you raising money off of the back of my daughter's unaliving, and we don't even know you, one. We didn't give you permission to, and we never get no money from you, three. You dang right, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue the heck out of you because you're wrong for that. This is what this woman is responding about, not taking accountability for anything that she does. And again, for it to all correlate, it's literally symbolic of the same type of energy that HC brings to the table, that Hayley Comet brings to the table. It's you all are riding off of other people's pain and tragedy to get more followings, to get more attention, to broaden your horizons. And that's not a righteousness. So we just saw her response to Amisha. And first of all, it's Amisha Simon, not Amika. Amika is Amisha's sister on her mother's side, the one who's been a pivotal intellectual force representing that family from day one. It's not Amika. So let's, again, you can't even get the names right, but let's take a look at how, again, we're progressing. So now we're going to look at how she's taunting the father. I mean, this woman is just all over the place, going from one extreme to the next. Let's take a look at this next clip.
You know what I'm saying?
So you mean to tell me that your money run out, your little hush money, your little bribery money run out, now you're broke, so now you think you can come here on this social platform asking for gifts? What happened to all the money that y'all get? What happened to all the money that people give you to you guys? What happened to the money that people give to you? What happened to the money that your mother collect? Why is your mother not locked up yet for your picnic? So you mean to tell me you guys took the hush money, now you're broke, now you're begging, and your mama still walking around here free? Tell your mother take back the furniture to courts and get back the money and give it to you. Stop begging. That's not justice. So hush money done, fun done, ATM broke up, you broke. What's next? What is next? It's funny how you're concealing and protecting your mother, and your mother is responsible for your picnic. And to this day, you still ain't coming forward to say exactly what you know. But you're coming up here with a big smile from ear to ear, and you're playing on games and going live and asking for gifts like nothing happened. Is you grieving? Is you still grieving? You don't look like a grieving father to me. You do not.
This is vile. That is so vile. And I've seen so many comments from people on TikTok and so forth. Like, my question to people is, who hurt you all? Like, how do you treat a grieving father, a grieving mother, the way as such we see with 2N Angela? What does one expect that man to do? They expect that man to forever be just all day, every day, crying, sobbing. They okay seeing him cry. Well, not even that, because we're gonna watch the next clip, which she's taunting this man for crying. So he basically, dang if he do, damned if he do, damned if he don't, damned if he don't, damned if he do. You can't win with people, and this is why it's important to live our lives authentically in our most eclectic, if it needs to be, or authentic state. We should not be here to please anybody, because either way it goes, there is somebody that's going to have a problem with you. That man was playing a game with Fata on TikTok, like so many of you do. Like, she did a battle at 2N Angela did a battle weeks before we realized that this woman was crazy. Well, majority of the people realized that she was crazy, and she asked us to come to support her and give gifts for her life. So she's out here tricking for likes, but this man can't play a game with this woman, with Fata. Mind you, this man is still fighting for justice for his family. So this man might not be able to go back to be a conductor on the bus, on the roads as a bus driver, because right now all of his energy is probably allotted to seeing what's going on, dealing with the investigation, talking with the lawyers, still trying to raise money, because all of this fight costs money. But in the beginning, we saw you were for the family. It was all about the family. Now let's take a look at this next clip here, where literally she's calling this man out and telling this man to stop crying. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna play that one.
You will stop. Well, I got
Please stop. Please stop. No. Stop it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It comes to an end. It has to stop. We ain't having it no more.
I'm not even going to play the whole clip because it's just not worth it. But you are here. This is her response to this man coming on TikTok and just using this platform as a what should have been for him a safe place to release and just get energy from all people from all walks of life while he's going through this. Because people from all walks of life bear witness to the unaliving, the abduction of his baby. And in the beginning, the whole world has been privy to see his life in its real time action. So now you want this man to stop coming to the same platform that helped him through it, like coming on here talking with people, getting love, and people saying we support you, we're with you. Now this man is having a moment because we do need to be mindful of the 5 stages of grief. You're gonna go on a roller coaster ride with grief, especially when it's pertaining to your child. Our children should never leave this world before us. I couldn't imagine. You understand? And I won't imagine. And this is how we treat other humankind when they're grieving over a loss of a child. And she has children herself. I would pay money, God forbid, this was to happen to her or her children, and to see how she deals with it. See, this is why we can't be so quick to judge because we don't know. We've never been in that situation. We don't know how we are going to deal with it. That is that woman's response to this man. And you wonder why that day when he went and he popped off and was saying all kind of rude and disrespectful things to this woman, why he did it again, not condoning that, how what he said to her, but condoning the actions, condoning and understanding his frustration. This is a person who is not happy in her life. This is a miserable person who is using people's pain to try and get her face, like she said in the other clip. You know, the 2N Angela, the one that's internationally known. You're only internationally known for something negative because you're aligning, you've attached yourself to a big topic right now. But other than that, what do you do in life that makes you stand out to in Angela? This woman always constantly says she's a professional, but let's take a look at how she treated and what she said to another mother. And we're gonna wrap up and we're gonna get out of here shortly after this.
We never for fucking content and get all them cross up here on scanners just like fucking you. Just stay, bud. Don't call my name in no fucking contest, John. What wrong with that? What really wrong with that? You stink, your mother's gun. You want
Look
to
how
eat
she's
your
looking.
fucking me now?
Let's
You need ambulance? Why you fucking go for me? So
see since the Brian go for me, watch
me.
me.
You invite me. I don't have no knowledge of. Big careless stink puss. Go fuck your husband or fucking a body man. Them all the fucking cross and give out the fucking ass. I want to become famous and cloud. You don't want. I want the battle. Are you fucking confusion? Huh? Stink all rotten pokey. Huh? I ain't coming alive with them every time. Fatter. I ain't you're too big for that big scut woman. Ain't you a prostitute? Your mother's a prostitute. I got abs. I'm gonna kill you. I said I'm gonna kill you, bitch. I said I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna skip a video for your mother's gonna black your life. That's why I do come suck my body, bitch. I'm gonna fuck you. I want to get to that suck my cat from your front. Suck my fucking cat.
Look how she's enjoying. Look at how Angel's watching it. This is another mother enjoying
You make
the
me like
talk.
your
She's
black
pause.
darkness set to shit.
But you can't do any bad conduct. You stepping up. This is my sanctuary.
So you coming in for no I think you coming in.
Did you all see how Anngela, 2N Angela, was watching her? And this is the thing when I said in my past post that I've watched this 2N Angela before in these lives, and I was studying her energy, and I was watching just how much of a quote unquote succubus she is, because again, she doesn't have that je ne sais quoi, that thing that would make her stand out in the room. If she was to come in a place where it's a bunch of vibrant spirits such as Fata, nobody would notice her. So she's a person that has to, like Hayley Comet, attach and align herself with something of big magnitude so that she can then create a small space in that atmosphere in order to get some form of attention. She'd rather have this negative attention than no attention at all. And this is not good. And this is the same woman in the same breath would say, I'm a professional. You need to be more educated. You need to this, you need to that. But look how she was just taunting this woman. This woman was Sexy Fato on TikTok is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, she rough around the edges. Absolutely. But that's what we like about Sexy Fato. That she has a good spirit. She's going and have gone through her trials and tribulations and still is a work in progress like so many of us. So who are we to judge her? And this woman said some vile and vicious things about her. And I don't know, for those of you that couldn't understand, she asked her, was she a prostitute? Did she need an ambulance? She is literally enjoying putting people in pain.
Don't call my name in
Patricia
no
watching
fucking
now.
contest, girl. What wrong with that? What really wrong with that? You stink your mother's
Look
gun.
at how Angela's
You
looking
ain't,
at her.
y'all don't fuck with me now.
She left
Angela,
stroke it.
please. You need ambulance? If I am fucking go for me, so
See since the Brian go for me, watch
oh,
me.
you invited me. My dog, no knowledge of. Big careless stink puss. Go fuck your husband, fucking a batty man, him out of the fucking cross, and give what the fucking ass. I want to become famous.
Pato was really upset, and in that culture, in Guyanese culture, for a lot of people, especially who are not born of high society, when they get vexed, they call it, or upset, we call it. They use some really really colorful language, so it's not for us to judge her for that. I've heard all of the Guyanese people that get upset. First thing they do is use the same words that Fata did. So who are we to judge her because she's just a product of her environment, a product of where she was breed and bred. You understand? But the point of the matter is this Angela, too, in Angela, you a damaged woman. You're really damaged and hurt people. People hurt people. So people, we need to really be mindful of this. Now let's get a look at where she is now in her station. And we got one more clip and then we'll get out of here.
Foul play at the Double D.
We said no foul play at the double D.
Guys, Arafat Ali for president. Okay? I want and I'm praying for him to win this election. And he is going to win this election because guess why? There's a lot of people in Guyana that needs to go to jail. Go to jail. So after September 1st, there is no foul play at the Double D. Guys, Arafat Ali for president. There is no foul play at the Double D.
So this lady is basically saying that Adriana Younge drowned. Now we did hear in the beginning she was all for the family. So the question again, we go back to, are these content creators really there to help or to hinder this Adriana Younge case? Because we see a full 180 where you went from justice for the family, sending well wishes to Anisha Simon, the mother, saying Sir Brian was the only smart one in the family because he was wise enough to be quiet, now to where we are now, which is there was no foul play at the Doubleday Hotel on April 23rd, the day that Adriana Younge was abducted. And she wants Arif and Ali to be put back in office in September when the Guyanese people go to the polls to vote. The same man that will not allow the autopsy of Adriana Younge to be seen by the family. The same man that won't allow the FBI, Scotland Yard, and all the other international agencies who have jurisdiction to come and research and investigate all of the parties that were involved for the unaliving of Adriana Younge. And remember, this same woman is accusing the grandmother Carol, the cousin Stefan, and Sir Brian now. But you want this same president to be put back in office, the same president who won't allow a full investigation of the crime. So the same people that you're attacking and saying should go to jail is the same people that the president that you want to be placed back in office is the same one that's covering it up for those people that you're accusing. So which one is it to win, Angela? You gotta figure it out. You gotta talk amongst your personalities that you deal with inside of you, and y'all need to come to a consensus on what you all want. You can't want this and you can't want that at the same time. They're fundamentally opposed. Now let's close out with how a video that proves that this woman is damaged good, and sometimes content creators really should not be. They shouldn't be. People, I think, should do a psych test on these platforms before they get on here and cause harm. But this is the woman that we are now questioning her well-being, her mindset, and this speaks in volume. I think this clip is a good one to close out on.
Like marriages. I don't like sharing my bed. I don't like you coming up under me cuddling. I don't want you to ask me how my day went because that's none of your business. Don't ask me about my family, my parents, how they doing, because that's not your concern. When I tell you to be quiet, just do that. I'm watching my TV show, I don't want to be disturbed, and I give you the signal, learn to read that, okay? Don't walk through my doors and slamming my doors hard. Don't walk heavily, because y'all, you know how y'all got them big feet and y'all be walking. Don't be walking down my hallways and my floors, straddling out of my floor. I do not like that, okay? Do not open my fridge door without asking me. Do not proceed to my kitchen and use the dishes that is already clean, okay? Go ahead and use the dirty one. I don't care. You never wash dishes anyways. Don't ask me to cook because I'm cooking. The only people I cook for is my children. Why you ain't cook? You learn to cook. What your mama was teaching you, isn't that a job for her? I ain't washing no stinky clothes. Don't even bother asking. Okay? And my AC. Do not come up in here and sit here and suck up my ear. It is not for the free. All right? Don't ask me to borrow no monies because we married, this, that, yada, yada. I don't care. I am not a bank. Go to Wells Fargo. Okay? Do not burp loud next to me. Do not do it. I ain't your child. Okay? Don't ask me to clean up after you. I ain't your maid. Okay? Don't even call me to tell me, oh, uh, this and that person at the office did this, that, and third. I don't care. You're boring me. Okay? Don't even bother calling me and asking me, hey, how far away are you? I'm on my way home. I'm gonna be there when I get there. That's none of your concern. Okay? Do not ever fix your mouth, right? To call ahead of time to tell me, oh, I'm close. Can you run the shower? Do it yourself. The last time I checked, your fingers are working and so is your toes. And if your fingers is not available, use your toes to kind of like turn the latch on to get the shower working when you get here. I ain't your maid, okay? Don't speak loud. Don't fart here. Because your ear that you're releasing is not my concern. That's your personal ear. Keep it to yourself. You don't have to, there's no need for you to release it in my presence or in my surrounding, okay? When I ask you to pay the bills that you're supposed to pay and we agreed for you to pay, you pay it. That's your obligation. You don't live here for the free, okay? And if I don't have monies and I come to you, you give it to me, because that's what you're supposed to do. After all, you're not gonna be living for free, all right? Now, if I'm sick, I'm unwell, and I can't do nothing in the house, that's your job to do it. If you don't want to do it, if somebody never teach you to do the housework, that is not my concern. Google it. Google how to clean the fridge. Google how to wash the clothes. Google how to properly take care of a home when a female is unavailable. Okay? The game. Every TV in this house considered mine. Okay? You don't get to sit there and watch the game on TV without even consulting me. Okay? Remember, I'm the lady of the house. You have to get my permission. You just don't take the remote and click, 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 click everywhere. It doesn't work like that. Okay? Remember, you come into my life. I didn't come into yours. So guess what? There's rules and restrictions. Get up to speed. Okay? and I'm laying in my bed and my back is turned against you, that's an indication. I don't even have to say it. The clues are there. Calmly get up and leave. All right? Now, when you're eating, don't sit here and get your spoon and scraping the plate loud. Okay? You're not eating the plate. You're eating the content on the plate. All right? And try not to smack hard. I don't want to hear your gum and your teeth making connection with the food. It is not brick, it's just food. Right? If you don't have any home training or manners, I am not your mama. That's something your mother should be teaching you as a young boy. I am not here to serve you as your mother and your wife and your maid and your shopper and your guidance and your counselor and your protector and all of that. That's not my job. You should have come to already equipped.
That she crazy. That you literally you want a slave basically to Angela. That's why you buy your stuff right now. I think that's a good note for us to close out for the Snap Ministry podcast today on a note of, are these content creators really helping or they're hindering? What we just bear witness to, these clips, was a woman who was damaged. And this is the woman that this attached herself to Justice for Adriana movement under the false guises that she wanted justice for Adriana. But what she wanted was to be seen, was to get notoriety, was to gain traction. Because prior to Adriana Young's unfortunate and untimely demise, her post had held no meaning, held no substance. And I'm not the person that has the biggest followings on TikTok. So don't let me be very clear. I'm not judging. But what I am doing is bringing awareness that she needs this notoriety because she wants to go viral. I would advise you all to go to her TikTok platform and just check out some more videos for yourself. And you make your determination on whether this woman is of sound mind. So, with that being stated, we're going to close out today. I want to thank you all for listening in. This is all about, bringing awareness to all of the things that are not of righteousness on these social platforms. So, I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned because we have so much more. And we're going to start progressing into bigger and better, more lighthearted and real life things going on. We still want justice for Adriana Young. I will always be about that. But this platform is so much more than just a Hayley Comet and a crazy two in Anngela. So don't forget, if you don't mind, like, drop a like, drop a comment, share if you choose to, if you want to be abreast with truth, righteousness, and justice. Just, yeah, subscribe, and we will catch you on the next go round. I am Sister Snap. Peace and blessings, and moreover, wholeness to everybody. Wholeness.